Hello, good evening, and welcome to round 5 of the Full Send Motorsport E-Series from the Charlotte Roval. Of course, brought to us by SimRacingleagues. Once again, welcome back on a Monday night after a couple of weeks off. One planned, one unplanned, but that's the way technology goes sometimes. We're back in the swing of things as we join the best of North America and the best of South America. The two continents collide, and here we find ourselves with the Brazil stock cars around the Charlotte Roval. Qualifying just finishing up now for our drivers. A smaller field, but quality
welcome
field.
to round 5 of season 6 of the FSM Eseries, proudly sponsored at SimRacingleagues.org. Fairly quiet one tonight, but otherwise should be some decent racing, I hope. This one is a short 10-lap sprint before we move into a 20-lap feature 5 minutes after this finishes. If you want any incidents investigated, please call them out over voice chat to race control. We are using the iracing safety car, so if we do call on, a reminder the pit lane is closed first lap under caution and to not pass any cars. Please follow the instructions given to you in the center of your screen unless otherwise told by race control. Wish you all best of luck.
So qualifying results just coming up on the screen, and I can tell you that it was Aaron Obersteller taking the pole from Alex Gardner. Benjamin Faulkner there in third. Cam Thornton in fourth. Matt Feldman, Matthew Boylett, Tom Brown in position 7. Trevor Teal, Cohen Adar, Dan Aish, Sean Borg and Arena Costello rounding out your small but quality field here tonight for round 5 of the FSM E-Series. Let's get ready to send them on their way. So the grid will line up as per qualifying. How good Aaron Obersteller on the pole. Good stuff, mates. One of our drivers from season 1 of the FSM E-Series. So a very big congratulations to Aaron. Good to see him up on the pole for what has been a very, very well supported season number 6. So we've got we'll have a look at the points very shortly, but let's get this race underway. Just waiting for our drivers to pull up on the grid in round 5 of the FSM Series. E-Series will be underway, brought to us by SimRacingleagues. Revs will build. It's the Brazil stock cars. You've got the Chevy Camaro, the Toyota Corolla, and the Monster Energy drinks. Aaron Obersteller, pole position car, gets away well. Very wide was Benjamin Faulkner as the rest of the field comes through. Alex Gardner, the first of the Chevy Camaros there in position 3. Very sketchy, these cars on the brakes, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys handle it. But so far, so good. A nice clean start halfway through turn number 3. Oh, a little bit wide out the back there. It's Boylett and Tom Brown going side by side. Boylett gets the over and under done. Nice work there on Tom. Tom will look to fight back as they come through and head onto the NASCAR track proper. For the first time tonight, 10 laps the distance for our first race on the board. The sprint race tonight. And so far, so good for our drivers. Toyota's popular tonight, but doing it for the Chevys will be Sean Borg, Alex Gardner, and the only American in the field will be Trevor Teal. Not sure if Trevor actually started this one. It doesn't look like he did, unfortunately. So we've got 8 starters in this one. And Aaron Obersteller is the first of those drivers tackling the high banks of the Charlotte Roval. So they'll come into the hairpin for the first time and complete lap number 1. Plenty of action over those curves we'll see tonight, rounding out the back of the field. Here's Alex Gardner. Although there did look to be a few cars behind him, so not sure what the timing screen has to say. There might have been a few that started in the pit lane. Keep an eye on him, Alex Gardner. He's got some work to do, down 6 places. No such work for Aaron Obersteller. He's got clear track ahead. Benjamin Faulkner behind for company by 0.7 of a second. So top 3 definitely pulled away. Matthew Feldman is in there in position at number 3. And they'll head along the high banks of the Charlotte Oval for the second time tonight. Oh, problems there for Matty Feldman. Finds himself at the bus stop facing the wrong way. So big problems there for Matty Feldman, who will now find himself at the back of the field. So that leaves Aaron Obersteller up in position 1 still, and stretches the margin out to 2 seconds. Matthew Feldman drops down to position 5, which is the position he started in tonight, and Cam Thornton. Unfortunately for Cam, his livery hasn't loaded tonight, so I might have to let him know. But geez, Cam, he's been involved in an accident there with well, it looked like Matthew Boylett, who's got a little bit of damage to the front right of that Toyota. So it's going to make that car not as fast in a straight line. He'll lose that aerodynamic ability, which will hurt around the Charlotte Roval, of course, with the longer straights, especially around the back of the circuit. So current gap is 3 seconds to Cam Thornton. He, of course, had the contact at the rear, so it shouldn't affect him as much. So best lap of the race, a 1:23.79. That's your race leader, Aaron Obersteller. So Cam Thornton in the 99 tonight. And there we go. Speaking of that livery, there it is on the screen. Try and get a good look at that. Surf City Toyota, the new sponsor, on board for Cam Thornton. So thanks to them for jumping on board as we tackle the curb Cam over the back of the bus stop. Cam's starting to have a bit of company behind now. The likes of Matt Feldman and Benjamin Faulkner starting to catch up. Hello, Di. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you back behind the wheel shortly, but thank you for listening. The stream's back. The stream's back and running. Technology won't slow us down. Tom Brown there in the IRP, Innovative Race Preparations, TBR Designs, back there in position 6 at the moment. So Tom up 1 place so far this race, just looking to maximise on points, chasing a top 10 position in the championship. So Tom, as far as points goes, thanks Stella for the like. As far as points goes, Tom's currently down in position 13, so he's got a little bit of work to do, but we're only up to round 5, so this will be a round that Tom will look to capitalise, try and push towards that top 10 position. Been recently off a 3rd position in the Stone Cold TCR Tuesday Night League, 20 rounds. Good job. So plenty of league racing for Tom, and he's starting to get involved in the endurance side of things as well in iracing. So plenty going on. Going with Tom Brown alike. He's got a racing page, does all his streaming. Race leader Aaron Obersteller halfway through this one, he's out to a 4.6 second lead, so got time in the kitty, but still pushing hard here. Lockie, thanks for the like, mate. Good to see good to see you back behind the wheel, mate. Have a race on a Monday night with us. Lockie currently in 15th position. In the driver's standings. Matthew Boyle at Castro sponsored tonight. They're in 2nd position. So 5 seconds nearly the gap to the race leader. And you've got about two seconds further afield to Matt Feldman. Yeah, definitely looks that way, Jordan. There's a name I didn't see. We'll show the points up shortly, but Jordan leading the points. Season points leader not out there as Matt gets a little bit wide there on the grass, using an extra half a car width that wasn't available to him. So margin now down to 1.3 seconds. Xander, hello. What's tonight's? Why have we got the driving gloves on tonight, Xander? Give us the inside goss, mate. This one starting to come alive for 2nd place now, as you got Matty Feldman starting to chase down Matty Boyle at the pair of Matthews. Still see that damage on the front there, at the front right of Boylett's car. Interesting as well, these cars have the push to pass, which gives them the extra horsepower. So I can tell you that Aaron's got 3 of those remaining. And still 6 remaining for Matthew. Boylett, who looks under pressure here. Oh, Matty! Oh no! Matty Feldman ends up facing the wrong way at the bus stop, not for the first time tonight. That'll put him back down the order as Tom Brown starts to close in as well. So for Matty, that'll give him a little bit of a break. Back to Cam Thornton, Surf City Toyota, sponsored tonight. The new sponsor on board for Cam and the RSW Graphics. Always doing a good job. Tell you what though, if he heads to the scales after this one, might come in a little bit light, because that thing's missing a boot. Oh, again, pushing the limits there. How's that? Right out wide. And he's going to surrender a position to Benjamin Faulkner. That's 3rd position. So these guys racing for a podium. There's still 2.5 laps left in the books. It's actually the lap car of Sean Borg there that's gone on by. What's that's telling me? There we go. Now it's fixed itself. It is Benjamin Faulkner. Ah, bugger. Hopefully not too long. Xander will be back on deck. Good when you hear of injuries in motorsport, whether it be club motorsport or start looking for bigger leagues. So we hope it's going well. Xander, one of our regular participants on a Monday night. So Benjamin Faulkner back at 1.5 seconds over Cam Thornton after that mistake last lap. So 2 laps in the books. Looks to be a good battle back here between Alex Lightning McQueen Gardner and Tom Brown as well, 1.7 seconds back. So Alex is in position 6, the only Chevy in the field at the moment, so he's doing it for the Chevs. The Toyota's well represented tonight. As Tom runs a little bit wide back there, turns the IRP sponsored machine into a grass cutter. Oh, and Alex, he's had a problem as well. Had a big problem. Kept the car facing the right way, but had plenty of opposite lock on there as he gets back up to race speed and doesn't look like he'll drop a position to Tom after Tom's problems earlier on that lap. Just interested to see. Aaron had a 5-second lead. It's been cut down to 2.3 seconds. Last lap around, 4/10 quicker was Matthew Boylett. So there it is between the last couple of laps. Boylett taking an absolute chunk out of time there. And does so yet again. Last lap now. Should have enough in the bank. Aaron Obersteller. Aaron currently 7th in the points, looking for his first win for the season. So down the back straightaway around the high banks of the NASCAR circuit for the final time in tonight's first event. Make sure you hang around, folks. We'll have an interview and then we'll an interval, and then we'll be underway with tonight. There's problems for Matthew Boylett, who's going to drop a place here to Benjamin Faulkner. Drop another place to Cam Thornton. Here we go. Race is on for third place. Cam up onto the podium now. It's gone from bad to worse for Boylett. He had that damage from contact earlier on, but it wasn't slowing him down. Aaron Obersteller will take the win across the line. Good win for Aaron. First one for season 5. And across the line, Benjamin Faulkner will take home second. Cam Thornton will snag the final podium in tonight's sprint event. And what a sprint it was. Come alive there the last lap, but we'll have our feature event up after an interval break. But before that, we'll bring you the race results for round 5, sprint race 1. Aaron Obersteller takes the top step.
Alrighty, congrats to top 3. Aaron Obersteller, Benny Faulkner and Cam Thornton coming home in P3 for race 1. We'll have a 5-minute break now, then we'll head into race number 2. Just a reminder, it will be a full field reverse.
So race 1 results are up on your screen. A small field tonight, but they put on some good racing. Aaron Obersteller taking the win from Benjamin Faulkner. Cam Thornton rounds out the podium after snatching third position from Matthew Boylett, who will have to settle for 4th place by just over 0.2 of a second. Matt Feldman there in position 5 had some problems with the bus stop. He'll be looking to learn from those for tonight's feature event. Alex Gardner, position 6. Tom Brown, P7, and Sean Borg rounds out your finishers in position 8. That is race 1, round 5 of the FSM Eseries here on a Monday night, presented by SimRacingleagues.org. Go and check out Sim Racing Leagues, your one-stop shop for all things sim racing. Find yourself a league no matter what you're looking for. They'll have one there. It's a good place to see what leagues are racing on what nights and the information for those leagues as well. Well, we've got the chance to do so. Let's have a look at the points from round number 4. So this was before tonight's race that just took place. Jordan Malark was leading the way, 773 points, but not racing tonight, so a chance for the rest of the field to close the gap. Hayden Veld also not out there, but Cam Thornton is your season 4 champion. Currently in position 3, Matthew Hansford Taylor, John Wright close together in points there, as is Feldman Obersteller, who will take a good bag there after race 1. Liam Tipping, Benjamin Faulkner, and Alex Gardner is currently in 12th. So just got the last name there, Alex. It's actually Braden Sagassa that's in 10th place. Alex currently in position number 12. So we will take a quick intermission, guys. We'll come back with the sprint race results once again, and tonight's feature event coming up straight after this. Here we go, race number 2 is not far away. Tonight's feature event, Aaron Obersteller is going to have the hard yards as we do a full reverse grid. He'll have to come from the back of the bus. So we'll explain how the feature event works as tonight's feature rolls on. So we take a look at the schedule for the upcoming rounds. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway block. It is block number 2. We've got the Brazil Stock Cars tonight, 18th of July. Next week we venture to the second discipline on the tour. It'll be the Rallycross for the Charlotte Rallycross. So not one to miss. Plenty of action always comes from Rallycross. The Legend Cars will join us the week after. And then rounding out will be the 360 Wing Sprint Cars. So plenty of action to come in this block of 4. So we get ready to drop the hammer. Feature race time for Full Send Motorsport. Thanks, Paul, for the like, mate. These drivers ready to rock and roll. How does it work? It's a full reverse grid. 20 laps are on the board. There'll be a competition caution at some point in this race. And in the competition caution will also be a compulsory pit stop for our drivers, which they must take. So plenty of action to come. It'll be Tom Brown on the pole from Alex Gardner, Matt Feldman, Cam Thornton, Benjamin Faulkner, and Aaron Obersteller rounding out your field. Lucky 7 as they look to go 3 wide early. Alex Gardner, Matt Feldman, Tom Brown. Field does well to get through round number 1. It'll be Alex Gardner leading them away from Matt Feldman, who's up the inside of Tom Brown was Benjamin Faulkner. As Tom gets shuffled backwards. Oh, and Ben under cold tyres. Tom will fight back and does well. Up the inside, and it's a drag race. The Toyotas, the Corollas, they're thundering down into turn number 4. And Tom looks to get the early pass on. And does well. Faulkner looking to go around the outside, but no such luck as Cam Thornton. The Surf City Toyota entry looking to get involved in the action as well. Alex Gardner leading them away the first time through the bus stop. Matty Feldman, problems there in race 1 multiple times. Gets through nice and clearly the first time by. 20 laps the journey. This is lap number 1. It's about getting yourself in a rhythm for the feature event. You're not going to win it on race number 1. Alex Lightning McQueen Gardner hits the curbs. Feldman is allowed to close up on the back here. As the only Chevy in the field is Alex. Gets hunted down by Matt Feldman in the Toyota. These two already have broken away. They've got 3 seconds over third place Tom Brown, who did well that first lap. Just was able to be a little bit patient, but he's got a bit of a train of cars starting to line up behind. The first of those is Benjamin Faulkner. Cam Thornton starting to get a little bit racy as well. They don't want to let these guys up ahead get too far in front, as now they look to put the pass on. A little bit of door-to-door racing there. Cam Thornton getting the elbows out early. Tom, contact in the back, and the Surf City Toyota is around. Tom was in the back of Cam Thornton. And Tom's done the right thing there and has redressed. But unfortunately for Cam, they'll both end up losing a ton of spots. Looks like we've lost Matthew Boylett earlier in this one. There's Aaron Obersteller there in 4th place. Can he go back-to-back in the wins department? He'll be looking to do exactly that, but these two, no change in the front of the field. Alex Gardner over Matty Feldman over Benjamin Faulkner. Fastest lap of the race goes to position 3 and Ben Faulkner, 124.68. Your leaders are running in the low 125, sorry. Oh, just see Alex. The understeer car did not want to turn in. The Corolla Toyota is looking dialed in tonight. Hanging the rear out, isn't it? He's absolutely losing every bit of racetrack. Was Matt Feldman behind, right up towards the wall as they head around the NASCAR banks here at the Charlotte Roval. He's in the slipstream, 3/10 the margin. Alex going a little bit defensive there. We know Matt's had his problems there tonight, and Matt looks to get up the inside. They're going to go side by side through the second half of the racetrack. They've got push to pass. Matt uses one of his, Alex. He'll settle for position number 2 as they come in under brakes. Matt's really got those last 2 corners dialed in. He's got the chicane sorted. Matt's put the foot down, pulled away here. So he puts the throttle to the firewall. He goes a 125.19 last lap around. So he was a second quicker than Alex Gardner. Faulkner's still quickest driver on track. Alex pushing the limits. He's trying to get everything he can out of the Chevy. And Aaron Obersteller, he's 4 seconds further adrift. Just ever so slightly, just going to start easing his way into this one. See Matt really pushing the limits on the exit there. Doing a nice job. So shout out as well, thanks for tuning in wherever you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from or who you're going for. Or what you're looking forward to on the FSM calendar. Or what you'd like to see on the FSM calendar. If you're not a part of the series but you enjoy watching, tell us what you like watching. Hope to see Dyer behind the wheel again for the Rallycross event next week. As Ben's starting to look close enough for a move now, and Alex is doing well to hold into the top 3. So once again, Benjamin Faulkner, the only driver in the 124s, last lap around in the top 3. Aaron Obersteller was the quickest driver on track last lap around. As Alex uses a push to pass, so using that extra horsepower available down the back straightaway. First and second have 4 remaining. A little bit of a chirp there, a little bit of a brake lock up. See just how wide he was. Because of how wide he was, he had to take more quarter speed. So it actually slows him down on exit. For Benjamin Faulkner, he was able to carry more speed on exit, so he'll be able to close that gap. Car not looking happy for Alex. It's just starting to fishtail around. Oh, problems for Benjamin Faulkner. No, he's coming to the pits. First driver to take their pit stop tonight. So looking to run a little bit of a strategy, maybe do a little bit of an undercut. Whatever it is, it actually eases the pressure on Alex, so he might be able to find that rhythm that he had early on when he was in front. Just allow him to put some decent laps on the board. So there's the laps for Gardner over Aaron Obersteller. So it was considerably quicker last time around. Tom Brown now into the pits for his first pit stop. Compulsory pit stop for Tom. And if we have a look compared to your race leader, Matt Feldman. So ever since Matt got the pass done, he's been able to string some pretty decent lap times together. So Matt, season 3 champion. Was able to carry the number 1 on the door. Well, look, a wild Redo's appeared. Give it a, go on Redo, give it a like, mate. Give the stream a like. I'd say, should we say ex-FSM stream director? Oh, look at that. So Feldman even able to put a second on Alex Gardner that time by just having a look. For Matty. Last lap was a 125.5. Best lap's been a 125.0. So he's up 5 places, is Matty Feldman. So he's doing a fantastic job as Alex Gardner comes in for his pit stop. So from the back of the bus, he's up 8 places. Here's Alex. Benjamin Faulkner, one of the quicker cars out there in the field. Was actually the quickest driver on the field at the moment. But race leader Matty Feldman yet to pit. Benjamin Faulkner is the first of the drivers that has pitted. So Benjamin Faulkner, the first of the cars that has pitted, currently in position number 2.
The yellow flag is out.
The competition caution has made its
Safety
appearance
car board
just
and
before
flag. This is
tonight's
your compulsory safety car.
halfway mark. So while the safety car takes its maiden voyage and takes control of this race, we'll take a quick ad break and come back with our second part of tonight's feature event, round 5, season 6 of the FSM Eseries, brought to us by none other than SimRacingleagues.org.au. Lights off on the safety car. Let's get ready to send our drivers on the way. The second part of tonight's feature event coming at us very, very shortly indeed. While we've got the chance, let's take a look at the scheduled for the upcoming events. There it is on the screen. Rallycross, Legend Cars, and 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Scan that QR code, take a look at our website.
Aaron, you have control of the field. Just maintain your speed and you're free to go green once the safety car is in pit lane.
Scan that QR code, check it out.
Sorry, again,
have a look at our website and have a look at the merchandise on offer and all things happening in FSM. Some cool stuff. Not too late to grab yourself a jumper, an FSM Racing polo shirt to wear at your local motorsport events. Look the part. Grab yourself something simple like a stubby cooler or even a mouse pad.
Green flag.
All things are there at the store. But it's race time as the safety car pulls in and we get ready to rock and roll. We've bunched them up and let's let them loose once more. The stock cars, Brazil style, with the Charlotte Roval. Benjamin Faulkner, first driver to take the pit stop. He comes out in position 1. Tom Brown has that position 2, if you don't mind, for Tombo. Always a crowd favourite. And Alex Gardner in position 3. So Matt Feldman, some problems. Cam Thornton and Aaron Overstell are all at the back of the bus, but they've got some speed behind them. Tom goes defensive. Alex will have the sweep of the corner. And here he goes, uses the burn. Uses the anglage of the track as they're all starting to light up the pit, the push to pass button. Faulkner, Gardner, Oversteller, Tom Brown and Cam Thornton, your top 5, all using some push to pass. Oh, problems for Tom Brown and Cam Thornton. They found each other again. These two have got magnets in their cars, so they'll drop to the back of the field. No such problems for Benjamin Faulkner. Cool, calm, collected, steady at the front of the field. He's already got that margin after the first lap behind the safety car, out to 2.5 seconds. So on a mission, Alex Gardner. He's got Aaron Oversteller for company, and if you don't mind, Faulkner, fastest lap of the race, a 1:24.28. That's a 1:24.28, 6/10 quicker than any lap we've seen tonight in the feature event so far. And there's 8 laps left to run. Gardner defending from Aaron Oversteller with Matt Feldman tucked in behind. Thornton and Brown further back. They'll have work to do to get back into this one. And with a couple of those handy up in the points, this will do these guys the world of good, really. We're going to close the gap to the likes of Malark and Hayden Bell, who aren't with us racing tonight, unfortunately. Second, third and fourth on the racetrack. Feldman peels out from the slipstream early. He's using his push to pass. Here we go. 2 for the price of 1. It's an end of financial year special for Matt Feldman, who goes from 4th to 2nd. Gets around Aaron Oversteller and Alex Gardner. So uses that push to pass. He's got 3 remaining. Interesting to see what the lap time is here, because that was quick in a straight line and he didn't lose too much time. Really aggressive on those curves. Fastest lap of the race. The first driver goes a 1:23.94. A 1:23.94 for Matt Feldman. Half a second quicker. And the next quickest lap we've seen tonight. First driver in the 1:23s. And it is starting to heat up the pace of this one. So Di, interesting point you make there. Definitely, we've definitely got Faulkner, Matty Feldman, Aaron Oversteller. There's some highlights of Aaron actually from season 1 on our Twitch channel. Way back when, you can see how far the streams come. It's actually pretty cool to see. But, Alex is the new kid on the block here out of these guys. So he's been involved in the last couple of seasons. And it's good to have Alex involved. Really fast, young driver. Does karting and XL racing in the wheel world. So Alex was using push to pass. He got the pass done. But then Matt Feldman got the elbows up. Oh, problems for Aaron Obersteller in the background. Aaron Obersteller just losing it on the back of the bus stop. He did all the hard yards. And when he went to put his foot down, it just went into wheel spin. And he's been overtaken by Cam Thornton. So now Aaron's got work to do, as he was looking to go back-to-back tonight after winning the sprint race earlier on. But that allows Feldman and Alex Gardner to resume battle for second and third position. It's 4 seconds to the front of the field to Ben Faulkner. But we'll stay with the battle for second and third now. We might actually jump on board for a lap with Alex around the Charlotte Road. Well, how's the control there from Alex? That car was starting to get pretty sideways, but held on to it. Excellent car control. As he looks, and once again, look at that. As he gets back on the throttle, the car just wants to really kick sideways. So he's got his hands full there with plenty of oversteer. But really cool. There's not a lot of vision out of these cars, especially with the big numbers on the front of the windscreen. As Matt Feldman throws down the quickest lap of the race, a 1:23.71. So it goes 2/10 quicker than his last fastest lap. Resets the fastest lap record for this race. Ben Faulkner starting to pick up the pace as well, but he was well beaten for pace on that last lap around. Lap starting to wind down. 5 laps remaining, and you can see the margin on the screen there. Ben Faulkner is down to 2.7 seconds. What's Matty got in the bag? 1:23.7 last lap around. It's a 1:25.12, but still quicker than Faulkner. So he's still eating into that time of the race leader. It's under 4 seconds now. Alex Gardner still keeping in touch. He's a further 2 seconds behind in position 3. And then they've got a bit of a paddock to Cam Thornton in P4, Obersteller in 5, and Tom Brown rounding out your field of 6 drivers remaining in tonight's feature event. Just like it did in race 1, I reckon it could start to really boil over in the last couple of laps. They're going to be right on top of each other. So there's the lap times for your last handful of laps. Absolutely smoked it. They're all using push to pass. Your top 3 this time, right? 1 left in the back for Alex Gardner and Feldman. There's 2 for Faulkner. So what do? Do they want to leave 1 for when they can have that opportunity to pass, or are they going to use it all to catch up? Obersteller uses his as well. He's got 1 remaining. And he's done well here. Faulkner to be able to stretch the legs. Goes a 1:24.35. Feldman a 1:25.79. So lost 1.4 seconds somewhere on that lap. And with 3 laps left to go, that could be the final opportunity that Feldman had to close in. But we'll wait and see. Anything's possible in the FSM Eseries, as we know. Let's have a look. The Surf Toyota entry of Cam Thornton. Freshly painted by RSW Graphics. What a job they've done. Car looking real sleek. Car looks good. A little bit of chrome. Will look real good under lights, I reckon, around here, around the Charlotte Roval. Very, very cool indeed. So make sure you check out RSW Graphics, has been long-time supporters here of FSM. Would you believe they actually did the logo for us? They created the FSM logo, which was once an idea that was brought to life by the RSW Graphics team. Ross did a great job. He's done the FSM sprint car. It's always been really good for Ross to be able to help out the team where possible. So make sure you go give RSW Graphics a like on social media, as well as our presenting partner SimRacingleagues. You'll hear all about them this season, so why not get around them and go and like them on social. SimRacingleagues.org.au. That's where you'll find them, and that's where you'll find your next racing league, whatever you're looking for. All the information will be at SimRacingleagues for you guys to find and get involved in a series that interests you on whatever night pleases and whatever category it may be. So 2 laps left in the books. It's 5 seconds the margin, so this one is well and truly wrapped up for Benjamin Faulkner, barring anything major. He's got 2 push to passes left, so probably keep them nice and safe in the bank. Don't need to do anything over the top. Matt Feldman, he's got 2 seconds back to Alex Gardner. You can see their lap 15 at 1:23.70. Went absolutely bang on lap 15, but obviously probably used the best of the car there. Oh, Tom Brown, he's found some problems, unfortunately for Tom, on what is the final lap for our race leaders. Hopefully Tom can get that car fired and across the finish line. Sounds like it might be out of puff for Tombo. But no problems, it's full steam ahead, full throttle, full revs for Faulkner. Coming into the second part of this lap, they're using the last of their push to passes just for good measure, seeing if they can make any increase increments or even get bragging right, fastest lap of the race. Why not? So it's certainly been a shorter entry list than we certainly are used to here at FSM on a Monday night, but of course sometimes these track and car combinations don't suit everyone. But across the line, taking the win tonight's feature event for round number 5 is Benjamin Faulkner. And it looks like Tom Brown,
Alrighty guys,
unfortunately, stuck
top 3
there.
of the feature, Benjamin Faulkner, Matt Feldman and Alex Gardner. So this was a pretty quiet week, this one. We'll take notes from this one and hopefully move on from here and have some better numbers next week. Do appreciate you guys sticking around though and racing what you have. And yeah, hopefully see you next week. Thank you.
So Aaron Oberstell will roll around taking tonight's feature events. Sorry, not Aaron Oberstell, that was the sprint race that he took home. Benjamin Faulkner will take home your feature events as he rolls around on the cool down lap. Surely we'll see some victory skids. There we go.
What happened at the end there, Bob? Oh, I thought you had like technical issue or something. Oh, you blew your engine, Bo. You need Brownie's race engines onto that one, or IRP.
So feature event results coming up on the screen.
Buddy Josh Brown.
Benjamin
See you,
Faulkner
mate.
will take the win from Matt Feldman. It was 5 seconds to margin. Alex Gardner, a good result there to finish in P3 for the Chevys, taking one up to the Toyotas. Cam Thornton finishing in P4. A good little comeback there after some early mishaps. Aaron Obersteller, your sprint winner, will not be able to go back-to-back, finishes P5. And Tom Brown rounding out the small field for tonight, finishing in position number 6. So that was round 5 of the FSM Eseries run and done. We thank all our drivers for joining us tonight. The small list of them for supporting our events. We know a lot of them are actually foundation drivers, as you might say, joining us from season 1 and continuing to support the seasons week in, week out. So a very big thank you to those drivers. For those that joined us tonight on the stream, whether you commented, joined in, listened, and dropped by to have a bit of a look at what FSM is all about, we hope you enjoyed what you saw. Of course, we'll be back next week with round number 6. It will be the 25th of July Rallycross from the Charlotte Rallycross circuit. We'll be sure to bring you all the heats and the feature event next week as we go to the heat format for what is our second discipline of the 16-round FSM calendar. Make sure you scan the QR code, check out the website, have a look at the merchandise on offer. If you're looking at getting yourself a stubby cooler, you might be looking at getting yourself a mouse pad for your computer, drop us a message. We can do some different designs, whether you want to have your own design, your own sim racing team design, have your own car printed on a mouse pad or a stubby cooler. We're happy to have a chat and see what we can offer, see what we can do for you guys. But scan the QR code, check it all out, and drop us a message or a comment. If you're interested on the Facebook page, you can purchase those direct from the website. All the support is much appreciated. But there's the calendar for next week. We'll have updated points and updated race results throughout the week on FSM on Facebook. A very big thank you to Sim Racing Leagues for helping us bring Season 6 to you, wherever you're watching from. We hope you have yourselves a very good week. Stay safe. Try and keep away from the spicy cough that seems to be doing the rounds. And we'll join you next week for Rallycross on the 25th of July from the Full Send team. See you next week.